And we are live. Welcome to another edition of San Diego Rebellion Football, live streaming here on Facebook for all you to enjoy. I'm Luke Sutherland with my partner, Kyle Dyer. And this is going to be a very good day of football, I think, Kyle.
Yeah, it's going to be a great day. San Diego Rebellion coming off of a very spectacular victory last week against the Inland Empire Ravens, getting a shutout victory, 58-0. Currently, they stand right now at 5-2 at the moment, sitting at second place right now in the Pacific Division. So definitely in this worthy of a playoff spot. And meanwhile, the Ventura Wolfpack, a team that's 3-2, also in the Division 3, sitting fourth place right now in their division. Meanwhile, we're going to be standing up for the national anthem.
High school football style, holding the helmets up like that. So the San Diego Rebellion back on their winning ways after tough shutout loss to Los Angeles. So
I mentioned that they won in a shutout victory against Inland Empire.
Yeah, back on their winning ways, right, like you said. And this Ventura team, though, this is a tough one. This definitely won't be, because from what I've heard, they need a 27-0 victory to clinch a home spot in the playoffs. And this team is, I mean, if they're able to do that, I think that'll be really impressive. This team might be able to hang with them all the way tonight.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so this will determine like whether or not the Rebellion will get home field advantage against Everett, which will be the team that they will be facing in the playoffs. So they could either need to win quite a bit, but also possibly going to need to get a shutout to get home field advantage. Otherwise, if that doesn't happen, then they're going to have to go on the road as last seed in the Pacific to face against Everett.
Right, and funny enough, some people actually don't seem to know what it really means. I've had people, like very casual, maybe even less than casual fans, ask me what is the benefit of home field advantage, and that surprised me, but I guess some people don't know. I mean, this is your field that you practice on, that you're used to. It's just, I mean, with anything, you feel more comfortable in your home, in your own area. So it is a big deal to get that home field advantage versus having to go fly on a plane, get possible jet lag and all that. So here we go with the kickoff here. It's Ventura's ball.
And it's picked up by number 11, Elena Baldwin.
Oh, nice.
Look at her going on the right side and being tackled out of bounds at the 36. So a way to make up the miscue there at the 10, but still managed to gain at least another 30 yards.
Yeah, that's right. That was Vanika Jarvis there on the tackle.
You know, another thing, too, about Elena, she has played offense since she was 6 for a total of 10 years, and she also graduated with 2 degrees from Black Hills State University, and she is also currently in the Air Force with her dad, so that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, she's definitely got a tough streak to her. So here we go, first offensive possession of the game. Looks like the refs are going to be stopping stuff. No? Just making sure everything is good to go.
Looks like we're all set here.
First possession of tonight's football game for the Ventura Wolfpack.
It's a little give here to the running back. Oh, great tackle there.
Nice one-on-one tackle. Wrapped her up.
By
That was number 44.
Elliot Wen. Who else? I mean,
That's
she
right.
is right now the leading tackler right now in this Rebellion defense. And also, I think right now, a potential candidate for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, she's one of the premier defenders in the entire league, not just for her team. So, yeah, that's definitely a threat. If you're Ventura, you don't want to be running one-on-one on that side too much. We'll see how they switch their offense up here.
That little run play was by number 27, Benea Sumter, a 10-year player for the Wolfpack. Second and 12. Oh, a little high snap there. She has to go back, but it gets marked down at the 18.
Yeah, tough break. I mean, your first possession really is your chance to set the tone and do things right. And, I mean, it's basic one-on-one snapping the ball. You don't like seeing that ever. So,
Exactly. So now
big loss of yards. Sets them back even farther than they were
now it's
on the kickoff.
Yep. So now it's going to be set up a 3rd and 17 now
Right.
for the Wolfpack. Wolfpack actually currently is probably the smallest team amongst the Rebellion roster. They currently have 15 players right now, but they have 3 inactive on injury. That would be Lacey Albert, excuse me if I'm mispronouncing, Verenez Aguilar, and Anile Magna.
Oh, another rough
high
snap there.
This one almost goes into the end zone.
Yeah,
Ball
good
went-
job sliding right before getting the safety there. And yeah, if you take a look here on the sideline, there's only 4 Ventura players right now on their bench. I mean, the Rebellion have, excuse me, they have like maybe 8 players. So definitely not a full squad to replace, but at least you have bodies coming in.
Exactly.
Versus Ventura, they're going to have to be playing both sides of the ball all night. That definitely takes a toll on you.
So it looks like now they're going to have to set up to punt here in the back of the end zone. Selena Graves is going to be back to receive the punt.
Yeah, a lot of the teams in this league go for it on 4th down most of the time, but in this, well...
Oh, another high snap again. This time goes for a safety.
Right, I guess either way, it didn't really matter. I was going to say a lot of these teams punt, or don't punt, but it's a good idea when you're this far back. But when you can't even snap the ball, it really doesn't matter. That's 2 easy points. The Rebellion didn't even have to do any work, and they're handed a couple points to start this game off.
Well, now that sets the score now 2-0 on a very bizarre start here to this game with 11:21 to go in the first quarter. So while we're trying to get going here, let's give a little sponsor shout out to Felipe's Pizza. I actually made a little mistake there. It's not open 24 hours as I was notified. So if I ever said that before, I'm really sorry. But Felipe's Pizza is the downtown proud sponsor of your San Diego Rebellion and also a proud sponsor for today's game. And also by Jata Brewery, which is also the 5th quarter home of your San Diego Rebellion, which is currently streaming the game live right now over there.
That's right. Got some like NBA final style. Got fans watching it at the bar. Nice run.
Look at
here.
Elliot Wen going to the 35-yard line. Great return there.
And she runs strong. She runs low to the ground. That was give the Ventura some credit for being able to take her down there. She was bulldozing her way through that special teams.
You know, about Jata Brewery, who doesn't like beer and football? I mean, seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
It definitely goes together. So thank you for tuning in if you're at Jata Brewery. So now the first possession now for the San Diego Rebellion with Ninji Martin obviously back at quarterback.
Right. She, I mean, for all her struggles this whole year, for any time that I believe Smozinski comes in and plays quarterback, Nenji is the leader. That she's the one. She made this team so she could play this position, and she has improved every week. Maybe not in the accuracy area. We hope to see more of that tonight. That was a nice, accurate pass.
The little screen there to Susan Leary goes for a 3-yard gain, so that's going to set up 2nd and 7.
And that looked really nice. Maybe I spoke a little too soon, because Nenji, I mean, we've seen her improve in other areas. Her awareness has gotten stronger on the field, but that was a nice, strong, accurate pass right to the receiver. That's what you want to see.
She definitely improved last week. She had 2 rushing touchdowns and 2 receiving touchdowns, so she definitely was all over for the Rebellion.
She's getting her confidence up. That's good. You like seeing that.
Ninji will actually keep it to herself this time. She's going to run to the left side. Got blockers ahead, and she's going to go out of bounds at about the 13-yard line.
Easy first down there, and that's a gain of 20.
So that sets up another first down. First down, not another.
First down there for the Rebellion, right inside the red zone. First red zone possession for either team. And like I said, this team is going to want to, if I'm not mistaken, it has to be a 27-0 shutout. Even winning by 27 isn't enough. So you score here, but then it really is all the pressure's on the defense after that.
Yeah, basically you just want to push it because you're getting close to the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly. And you want to be hosting it.
Ninja looking to the air here, looking left side, caught for a touchdown. Selena Graves with a catch.
And you know what? It's a good thing I said it, because she has completely proven me wrong so far. That was a perfect bullet. I mean, when you're a quarterback, you want the receiver to just be walking into the motion. You never want them to have to go and get it. And the receiver just really coasted right into that pass. That was a perfect one-on-one throw off to the side.
Yeah, great 13-yard touchdown pass. Selena Graves' third touchdown of the season. So now Strother will attempt the PAT. A little good, nice hold, and the kick is up and good. So now
and it's actually not good. I'm surprised. That looks
really?
completely good to me.
Yeah, from the way it looked like it was good. I apologize. So the score remains, 8-0. San Diego Rebellion with 8:32 to go in the first quarter.
Quick 8-0 lead, and you've only had one possession so far. That's really great start for the Rebellion, obviously. And Ventura, well, Kyle, what do you think they need to do to get back in this? You don't want to see things start slipping away now.
Exactly. Well, I think what the main thing that was the problem was their high snaps. They had so many high snaps that led them going backwards. So that also cost them the safety, even in the back of their own end zone. So They need to improve on their snaps, and if you improve on the basics, then you should definitely try to go smooth from there.
Right, that's where you got to start. How are you going to throw a pass if you can't even get the snap off? It starts there.
Exactly. So now Strother will be back to kickoff for San Diego.
And if you want to be throwing perfect passes like Ninja just did there, check out Coach Cree Morris and his 5-tool quarterback clinics. They can help players from junior high all the way up to the pros. Cree Morris played high school football in San Diego and worked his way up to the pros, where he played both the Raiders and Rams. Visit quarterbackcoach.org for more information.
Lana Baldwin had to go back all the way to the 5, but she gains about 15 yards all the way to the 20-yard line.
And this Ventura team, it's feisty. We've mentioned not too many players, but they're running really hard to start things off. They are not taking anything right now. I mean, the Rebellion team looks much larger from up here, from this view. Mm-hmm. And, you can't see it on the field right now, but there is a seagull who now walked over to the sidelines over there. There it is, running on the field. Anyway, go ahead, Kyle.
It's okay. So I was going to say that the Wolfpack are definitely a ground and pound team. They have more yards than the Rebellion. They currently have 955 yards in total rushing yards, and the Rebellion have 690. So that's a pretty big difference compared to the Rebellion.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it looks like the Wolfpack are primarily a run team anyway. They don't throw much. And, yeah, the camera's not showing it, but I'm really surprised that seagull hasn't moved yet. I know I've mentioned this like 3 times now, but it's getting farther and farther onto the field. Hopefully it doesn't mess with the play at all. But that's funny. Sometimes you see that animals getting involved with the...
Exactly. Yeah, he's just sitting there at the 47. But meanwhile, guess who the tackle was by? Elliot Wen. Who else?
We'll hear that name over and over and over. You can guarantee that. So this is second down for the Wolfpack.
At second and 5 at the 25-yard line. Little give and nice tackle there.
Nice tackle, and they chase the bird away. It won't be on the field anymore. But yeah, that Rebellion defense is just such a big physical group compared to, I can see 3 players right off the top of my head that looking down there that are larger than the entire Wolfpack team.
Right, and that tackle, by the way, was number 59, Katrina Walter. So now that sets up a third and 5 situation with no gain on the play on that last play.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're the Wolfpack, you have to start throwing. I know that they like to run the ball, but you got to get aggressive here.
Sumter in the backfield. Go look into the eye. Baldwin keeps it to herself. Tries to do a little. Goes
nice
outside. Look at her stiff arming away. Tripped at the 41-yard line.
That's a first down and more. Number 11. That was
Elena
an
Baldwin.
Awesome run there by Elena Baldwin. This is
15-yard gain on the play.
I mean, we talk about Nenji Martin and her experience, but Elena Baldwin has played 10 years in the league. She's a quarterback and a safety. I mean, you saw it there. Stiff arm, juke out to the side. I mean, she totally sold the quarterback's bootleg too. I totally thought that was a running back play, but or a play for the running back. Great job there by Elena Baldwin.
Yeah, and the thing, too, about the Baldwin is her brother is also one of the coaches for the Ventura Wolfpack.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you got some...
He's a head coach and a defensive coordinator, so he's got some pretty big roles for the Ventura Wolfpack.
Athletic family.
A little give here to Sumter. She'll be stopped for no gain on the play.
Great job
by Tanya Luna on the play.
Yeah, great job by the Rebellion, just falling on the... I mean, I'm going to keep saying it. They're so much larger. That's really all you have to do is just fall on the running back. Then what can they do? That was a great job.
Exactly. She's actually the fourth leading tackler for the San Diego Rebellion with 27.5 solo tackles. So she's been a pretty big factor. I mean, even though we've been talking about LA Wynn, excuse me, so much, she's definitely been a leader, one of the leading tacklers for this front.
Yeah, and just has been doing such a great job all year. And it's, sometimes when you're a leading tackler, it's not... good job there by Elena Baldwin grabbing the snap, but not able to get it to her target. Sometimes when you're the leading tackler of a team, it's not necessarily a good thing. It just means your team's giving up so much yards and so much plays that you're just out there getting tackles. But in Elliot Wynn's case, it's impressive. She is just finding the defender or the offensive players, wiping out plays. She's doing such a great job. And, there's really not much you can do against that.
That pass was, by the way, to number 9, Hannah Clark, one of the rookies for the Ventura Wolfpack, which is incomplete. So that's the 3rd and 9 situation here.
And this Wolfpack team does have a lot of rookies. At least 10 on the squad.
Yeah, when I was going through it, it looked like they have a little bit more rookies than the Rebellion does, which is pretty surprising.
Right.
Baldwin looking to the air, looking to the right. Jarvis giving some pressure, and she's going to be dragged down, but there was a flag on the play back at the line of scrimmage.
Big hit by Vanika Jarvis. Elena Baldwin wasn't happy about the ending of that one. We'll see what the flag is on this play.
Yeah. And, I mean, if you look at the Rebellion, they have about 7 rookies on this roster.
And it's a holding on the Wolfpack that's declined. But yeah, like you were saying, a lot of rookies on this roster for both sides. I mean, one team is a first-year team, and the other, I'm not sure how long the Wolfpack have
They've been around for about 4 years.
Okay.
Or no, 3 years. Excuse me. This is their 4th season. They were established back in 2015. Back to punt. Selena Gray is in the back to punt.
Great punt there.
Little sky-high punt there. Let it bounce, and it'll be caught at the 42-yard line.
Not the luckiest bounce, but that was a great punt there. Elena Baldwin, both the quarterback and the punter for that team.
Yeah, she's definitely got some roles and some shoes to fill.
Yeah, he's going old school with it, taking both the positions. That's something I haven't seen since before I was alive.
And if you're wondering, if you've just tuned in, if you're wondering what the score is right now, the score is 8-0 Rebellion with 3:40 to go in the first quarter.
That's right, the first quarter wrapping up here. Rebellion ball looking to extend their lead here. If you like having socks to make other people ask where you got them, Fighting USA has them, and you can get a pair of your own. Just go to fightingusa.com and use the code STR10 to get 10% off your order. Nice run here.
Look at Selena Grace breaking from the screen and going down to the 45 for a first down. Great job on that play.
Yeah,
13-yard gain on the play sets up a first down.
Her coach is happy with her there. Why wouldn't he be? That was a great run. Look at, and it's just, even the running backs, this team is just larger and stronger, and that's going to be a problem for Ventura all night.
Yeah, and if you're wondering like where we are exactly, we're at Buena Park High School in Ventura, which is probably about 2.5 hours away from Escondido, maybe about 3.
Right. Yep. It was quite a drive to get up here.
Exactly. Yeah, Nick and Luke and Jordan went traveled by car. I traveled with the team to get up here, so that was a little bit different travel for all of us.
Ronnie Armstrong shut down there by Evie Alve. Great tackle there by number 44. Just totally snuffing out that play.
So a 3-yard loss on the play sets up now 2nd and 13 for San Diego.
That's right, and you really got to put the clamps on right now if you're the Wolfpack. You don't want to see the Rebellion make this a 16-0 game.
Exactly. You got Graves in the slot, going in the pistol formation, like you've been seeing all this season.
And it's a quiet crowd right now. Ronnie Armstrong taking advantage of that.
Looking up to the outside,
wow.
Weaving her way around, still weaving.
Elusive
Multiple
running
flags
there.
come out on the play.
Yeah, we'll see what happened there, but that was a nice run. She would not be touched. I mean, even if she just had flags on her, I don't think they would have been able to bring her down. That was nice.
Yeah, exactly. It was an 11-yard gain on the play, but we'll see what the marker is about. Meanwhile, if you ever want to be involved in Palomino Studies, which is what me, Luke, Nick, and Jordan are involved in, be sure to check out the Media Studies department for Palomar College if you want to be in shows such as Prep Sports Live, North County News, Palomar Live, or if you want to be in radio such as KKSM. Be sure to check out the Palomar Media Studies courses at Palomar College.
Right. The bigger this gets, the streaming and all of that, the more of an opportunity you guys would have to come behind the mic and call the game how you see fit. So it's a really cool opportunity. Definitely check it out.
Looks like a penalty on San Diego, so that sets them back 5 yards. Ninja, a little bit of a confusion there.
Nice shovel pass.
Pitches it to Armstrong, having some room to roam, and she'll be tackled at the 38-yard line.
Brings the defender with her up the field, getting some extra yards there. That's a strong runner. I mean, Ronnie Armstrong, she's been doing that all year.
Yeah, Vanessa Alvia with the tackle, one of the rookies for the Ventura Wolfpack. So, about Ronnie Armstrong, she's also is currently second in the team in rushing yards there's a timeout. She's currently second in rushing yards with 236 rushing yards and 5 rushing touchdowns. So she's definitely right up there.
She's a threat, right? It's definitely one of the highlight players. If you're on her team, you want to focus on her, and if you're on the other team, you want to hope that they don't focus on her. So, I mean, obviously, but
I mean, she has played 11 years in playing football. I'm not sure how exactly, but she played 7 years youth. I think it was mostly flag football, and she played 4 in high school. But yeah, she's definitely been working. I think she's been mostly working on her running game when she was in high school, so that definitely has been something factorable for her this season.
I think flag football is actually pretty. It's a good one to play if you play football, because it teaches you how to be much more elusive instead of. Because it's pretty easy to get quote unquote tackled in flag football. All they have to do is yank that little flag on the side of you. So I mean, it teaches you how to be just quicker, work on your juke moves instead of just running through people. So. Yeah, it seems the people who play flag football for a while, they're usually the elusive players when it comes to real padded football.
Exactly. So now it's a third down situation here, third in about 5. Ninji will pass it on to Vanika Jarvis. She's going to go to the outside. She's got a first down and more, down to the 28-yard line. That sets up a first down for San Diego.
Nice job by number 9, Hannah Clark, the rookie, taking her down by the legs there. this Rebellion team just has so many weapons to take advantage of. You never know who's going to get the ball. It could be someone from the defense. It could be one of the regular players that you usually see. It's such a good combination of versatility.
Yes, exactly. So now it sets up the 1st and 10 here at the 30-yard line.
And like we've been saying, this is
Ninja just signaling, taking her time.
Right, about 35 seconds left in the quarter. Rebellion looking to make it a 2-possession game.
Look in the middle, and it is caught by Graves for a touchdown.
That is
her
their
second of the day.
Right, second connection, and Nenji Martin is looking. Cree Morris must be a very happy person right now. Those passes have been crisp, right to the receiver, and Selena Graves has made it work both times. Easy scores.
A beautiful rainbow for 30 yards. Ninja's second of the day, Selena's second of the day. Touchdown of the day.
Yep,
what more could you ask for?
And they're going for the extra point here, which is smart. No reason to potentially make it 14-0 when you can take a even bigger lead than that.
Kick is up, and the kick is good. So the score is now 15-0 Rebellion with 26 seconds to go in the first quarter.
That's right, and we will be switching announcers each quarter this game, doing something a little bit different, so we'll be seeing you a little bit later after that. Anyway, yeah, 26 seconds left to go. I mean, I'll get to what you liked in a second, Kyle, but I have just been very impressed with Nenji Martin's passing tonight. I think it's been a lot different than from what I've been seeing. Like I did say, I wasn't here for the game last week, so like you were saying, it seemed like it got better that game. I think that game, a 58-point victory, that's what you need to get the momentum on your side and just feel a little more confident with your throws. It's shown.
Yeah, exactly. So meanwhile, while we're starting to get set up, let's give a shout out to Tomboy X, underwear that fits regular bodies and that anybody can feel comfortable in regardless of where they feel on the size or gender spectrum. And also by San Diego Digital Imagery. From our programs, tickets, and flyers, even live streaming, there isn't anything SDDI can't do for your team or business.
That's right.
Baldwin picking it up at the 10-yard line, trying to sprint in the middle, breaks one tackle, and she'll be tackled at about the 28-yard line. But a late flag comes out.
That's their quarterback, that's their punter, that's their kick returner. She is hands down the leader of that team. I wonder if she's also the owner of it like Nenji Martin is for her team, because she's really doing everything out there. Here looks flag on the Rebellion.
On a face mask called on the Rebellion.
That's what you want to see if you're the Wolfpack right now. Anything is, any yards are good yards.
Yeah, so sets up sets up now at the 33-yard line for Ventura. So pretty smooth so far, and if you just tuned in right now, the score is right now 15-0 Rebellion with 17 seconds to go in the first quarter. As like Lou said, we'll be switching out every quarter. So second quarter will be Jordan and Nick doing the second quarter.
All right, we'll see what the Wolfpack go with here. Completely swarmed. That's
really swarmed, like a bunch of bees just stinging at Benea Sumter on that play.
It's just really hard. I mean, not a single Rebellion lineman even fell, even really stumbled. They all just ran through immediately. And interesting buzzer. I feel like I'm in trouble, but here we go. End of the quarter.
Sounds like a jailbreak. But anyways, that is the end of the first. Anyways, that's the end of the first quarter. So the score is right now 50-0 Rebellion. We'll be getting to the second quarter. We'll turn it over to Jordan and Nick.
All right, thanks, guys. This is Nick Baldwin here with Jordan Spurgeon. How's it going, Jordan?
It's going great, Nick. It's great to have you back. We did miss you last week.
Yes, I heard I was missed.
You know, we had to fill in with some of the comedy jokes.
Other obligations.
Ronnie Armstrong calling her Ronnie Lakestrong. You know,
yes.
stuff that kind of thinking like you a little bit.
Very creative. I
Yeah.
really like that one there.
Yeah, stuff like that. She's definitely shown it so far today. I mean, she's been turning those legs, getting all the yards for the Rebellion.
Yeah, she really has been. We were watching the first quarter together outside of the booth, and I was just saying to Jordan that, Ronnie Lakestrong, Armstrong, whatever you want to call her, I feel if you could just give her the ball almost every play, she could make something happen.
I agree. She's been probably the best part of this Rebellion offense the entire season from game 1, and she's continued to get better each and every week.
Yeah, every week seems to be a huge turning point in her season. And what's crazy is I think this is her first year of playing. Or no, 11 years of playing, so it has been showing all over
first
the
year
field.
since her youth, though. She did play youth in high school. So here we go. The Wolfpack do have the ball. 1st and 10 to start the second quarter here.
And wow, of course that's
The Smurs
the
getting the pick,
Smurfs.
having a nice return to set the Rebellion inside the Wolfpack 20-yard line.
Wow, that has to be one of the more to-go-to players for the Rebellion, the Smurs. I think she changed her name on her jersey there, Smurs.
Yeah, she
instead
decided to go from Smurzinski to Smurs, so now she does lead the team in interceptions. She had 2 on the year coming in, so that was her 3rd pick on the season. So great job by Smurs right there to give the Rebellion some great field position to add on to this lead here.
pats her stats with a nice 20-yard return to set up the Rebellion inside the red zone.
So here we go. As Luke mentioned earlier, and so did Kyle, Nenji Martin today has looked very composed at the quarterback position. Her throws have been on line, nice and relaxed.
Yeah,
She's looking today.
that's for sure. Throwing the first touchdown pass of the game as she goes with a fake to the wrong side, but a nice stiff arm.
It was a pretty nice stiff arm there. She said, if I'm going down, you're coming down with me. So nice job there, Nenji.
That's
Did get back to the line of
definitely
scrimmage.
for sure. So just a little bit more on Nenji since I haven't seen her in 2 weeks. So last week I was just absent. I had something else to do. But Nenji Martin, I've heard, and from the little bit I've seen this so far in the first quarter, she's really turned it around. She's now gotten her completion percentage for today's game is pretty darn good, throwing 1 touchdown so far in the first quarter. 2 touchdowns in
Correct,
the first
2 touchdowns
quarter.
in the first quarter, both to Selena Graves. So here we go.
And could she be going for a 3rd here? Look out. She's on the move. As it's dropped in the end zone.
Pass was intended for number 21, Susan Leary. So that is going to bring up a 3rd down for the Rebellion. But yeah, as we were saying, Nenji Martin, she has looked a lot better than her regular season completion percentage, which was at 29% coming into the game. So today it seems to be a lot of improvement. Each and every week it has climbed up significantly. So that's a good sign to see.
Always great signs of growth. It means you're doing something good in the week of practice. So at least Nenji Martin's not just leading the team, but also leading herself to a better passing percentage.
Exactly. So here we go. We do have 3rd down here for the Rebellion. And we have a flag on the play.
Looks like dead ball, false start.
On the Rebellion. So now let's see what they can do. They started off with great field position on this drive. Have not been able to capitalize so far. So now it's going to be a 3rd and 15. Will they be able to convert here?
It's kind of rough to see this after 2 successful drives on very short fields, thanks to turnovers. And now another turnover, but the Rebellion, they're struggling right now.
I think for them, all I got to do is just stick with their game plan, stay nice and calm and composed right now. Here we go. Nenji Martin with the snap. This is up and falls incomplete. That was kind of the old Nenji Martin there. She kind of rushed the route a little bit instead of letting it develop. She had plenty of time in the pocket. I can tell that was her first read, was to Katie right there. So she needs to continue to look at her different reads.
The players wish they could have the vision we have up here in the press box. She had loads of time in the backfield. She had the whole right side of the field open, but she was just looking left. Her target was on the left.
Yep, so here we go. They're going for it on 4th down. Let's see what the Rebellion come up with here. There's a flag on the play. Look at that. Vanika Jarvis, we'll see if the play stands after the flag.
Don't get your hopes up, Rebellion fans. It looks like it is coming back.
Yep, it was a holding call on the Rebellion there, so that's their second penalty this drive, and penalties will do you in sometimes.
That is definitely true, Jordan.
You know, in a game like this where you have so much on stake, it's about more than winning. You're trying to get that home field advantage for the first round of the playoffs. You can't have mistakes like this. You want people to get as many points as you can so you can make sure that you're going to stay up in the rankings.
With the playoffs right around the corner, you can't afford. You just lost 6 points because of a simple mistake that most of the time those penalties aren't even needed.
Exactly.
When it was committed on the inside of the hash marks, when the play went quickly to the outside for the touchdown, that was unfortunately called back.
Exactly. That's a great analysis there, Nick. Like you said, penalties like that, got to clean those up. So here we go. They're still going to go for it on 4th down
and
here.
A country mile now.
A country mile. Here we go. Vanika Jarvis tries to make something happen, but great tackle there by
Baldwin.
But number 11, Elena Baldwin. So we can definitely tell so far that she is the player to watch for the Wolfpack. She does a little bit of everything for them and does everything well.
She really does. At quarterback, always ball seeking on defense. She is a multi-talented athlete. Let's see what she could put together for the Wolfpack on offense.
Exactly. And hey, are you enjoying this live stream? Well, do you know who brings us the live stream? San Diego Digital Imagery. They are the company that runs the entire show here. We could not do it without Peter and Chris as well. They film games for multiple high schools in San Diego and can film or photograph your events too. Check out their Facebook page or their website at sddivideo.com.
Just got to put this out there. They are a great dynamic duo. But let's get back to the action as the Wolfpack takes the snap.
There we go. Ronnie Armstrong making a great tackle. That is good to see. I was taking a look at some of their film breakdowns from this week, and that was the one thing that really stood out that Nenji Martin was talking about in their group chat was tackling from the thigh down.
Yes.
Making sure you wrap the tackle so you can finish it up. That was solid right there.
Something that us announcers have been talking about up here in the press box, and it's about time it's translating down onto the field, is that tackle at the legs. You can't move without your legs. For all you young athletes out there, if you're playing football, wrap up at the legs.
Exactly, but tackling has been one of the solid foundations for this Rebellion team as we have a 2nd down here for the Wolfpack. I'll get back to that thought in just a second.
2nd down for the Wolfpack. And
a little bit of miscommunication there. Nenji Martin said, all right, I'll take the tackle, I guess.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Literally. So, back to the tackling. So, Elliot Wynn is the leading tackler in all of the WFA Division II in the entire nation. So that's great to see. She's definitely going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year this year. Madison Twomley is also in the top 10, and so is Vanika Jarvis, another rookie. So tackling has been a solid foundation for this team. A lot of their tackles, so from what I saw on the top 10 list, most of the higher tackles had more solo tackles than these girls, but these girls have a way higher combined tackles. So that means they're playing as a defensive unit together, and that's giving them all the credit.
Every game, every tackle, there's always 3 or 4 or 5 Rebellion team members at the ball.
Exactly. They're just relentless on defense. So here we go. 3rd down now for the Wolfpack.
Look into the air, tipped at the line of scrimmage, enough to make it an incomplete pass, which brings up 4th down for the Wolfpack.
Exactly. That was an incomplete flutter ball thanks to the tip there by the Rebellion line.
And for all you young football players out there listening, if you play defensive line or really any position, get your arms up. It's always a good second option because nobody could see through distractions, and it always makes it tough on the quarterback.
Exactly. That's a great point, Nick, as the punt is up right there with Selena Graves back to return it. She is going to let it go,
And
the Wolfpack
maybe
get a great
not the
jump.
smartest decision there.
Nope, that was probably the first big break for the Wolfpack this game. They got that was what, a 20-yard bounce there? I mean, the ball landed around the 40-yard line, and they ended up bringing it down inside the 20.
Yeah, not too smart for the Rebellion, but still it's better than a turnover.
Exactly. So if you're just tuning in, there is 11-14 remaining in the second quarter. The Rebellion are up 15-0. And once again, if you are a Rebellion fan and you want to see a home game, you should be rooting for them to win this game by a score of 27-0.
Quite a margin there, as that margin helps their odds to secure home field advantage for the upcoming playoff game, which would be June 16th at Orange Glen High School.
Exactly. That'll be against the Everett Rain, one of the other elite teams in the WFA. So here we go. Ronnie Armstrong finds some open field.
And Arani Legstrong is coming out now. Ronnie Armstrong brings the ball out just past the 40 for a 20-yard pickup on the play.
You know, Ronnie Armstrong, Ronnie Legstrong, Ronnie Headstrong. If you know that
She
song,
has
if you got
it
that
all.
reference, let me know. But yeah, any kind of strong, that is the epitome of Ronnie.
She is really showing her track and field days back in her past years. It's coming out now on the football field as she is revving those Chevrolet legs.
Chevrolet, I haven't heard that one before. I don't know how I feel about that one, Nick.
Several legs. I got my own horsepower.
Comment yes or no to that reference there.
As now we have some laundry on the field by this officiating crew for a false start, which knocks the Rebellion back 5. Which brings up a 1st and 15 for the San Diego Rebellion.
Exactly, and if you're the Rebellion right now, you really need to tighten things up. I understand you already have a lead in this game, but you need to keep your pedal to the metal so you continue to grind, and also you want to be practicing clean football for the playoffs, because in the playoffs, every yard matters, every inch matters. You can't be
Everything
giving that up for
matters.
free.
And in the past 2 drives, the Rebellion have had 4 penalties, and you cannot play good football with having that many penalties.
True stuff there, Nick. Here we go. Pass just a little bit rushed and over the head of number 41, Katie Ott there. So that's going to set up a 3rd down now for the Rebellion. And because of the penalty, it's going to be a 3rd and 15 instead of a 3rd and 10.
So 3rd and way too long for Nenji Martin and company, where she's kind of been all over the spectrum this season through the air, and that's most likely the case right now. You got to look to the air on a 3rd and long, and hopefully there is a completion in the near future. It's completed to Katie Ott for a nice pickup to bring up a 4th and 6 for the Rebellion.
You know, it's good to see coming into this game, Katie Ott only had 3 receptions, and so far this game she's been targeted 3 or 4 times now. So I understand that Nenji is trying to get her more involved in the game plan, because she is a really high-level wide receiver.
She is. She's got a lot of skill at the receiver position. Wow, does it smell good? You could smell that, whatever they have cooking down at the food.
Yeah, I just got a big whiff of that. Here we go. Selena Graves on the reception, trying to make something happen. And look who's there.
Using her several legs to try to evade the tackle.
Yeah,
but
that was a great tackle by Elena Baldwin. She just blew it right through Smurs. Smurs had no idea what was coming there. She couldn't stop her.
Baldwin is a force to be reckoned with. Dual threat athlete, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, as she makes it now a turnover on downs.
No, it's still the Rebellion's football. I think now it's
4th
down.
Very confusing about the down marker. As Nenji spins away.
Vanika Jarvis there. Here we go. Nice job, Smurs. Great catch.
Great catch by Smurfs and almost a better pass by Nenji Martin.
Yep, and you didn't see it, but Nenji Martin definitely gave some love to Vanika Jarvis there. She definitely saved the drive for the Rebellion right there with a key tackle in the backfield. Another often overlooked part of the game, running backs being able to block in the backfield.
Yes, and it looks like Smurfs is okay as she trots back to her position on the left side of the field. She was a bit slow to get up, but Nenji Martin, as they were crossing path, asked, "Are you okay?" Said yes. Continue play.
Yep. Yeah, she's definitely strong. She's had a rough go of things recently. Last week she came off the field 2 or 3 times with a couple injuries in different places. So for her, she's definitely still adapting to the physicality, but she's so talented and gets so much done, and she works so hard to stay in the game.
And now Vanika Jarvis with them legs, with those shifty moves, shaking and baking.
But we have a pile of double mustard on the field right now. Maybe triple mustard, excuse me.
Too much mustard on my lettuce.
Yep, I don't like that. So we'll see what the call is here. And once again, we want to thank Jacked Up Brewery, the official 5th quarter home of your San Diego Rebellion. I know you guys are streaming the game today, so thank you very much for watching the Rebellion play some football. Be sure to head over there now if you want to watch the game, grab a beer, and enjoy the great company. Football and Jacked Up, they just go together.
They do. Beer and football go together like beer and hockey. They're just something you got to have on the sideline, but not when you're playing.
Yep, very true.
So as we get these hankies sorted out and they're stuffing their hankies back in the pockets, we will resume play with the Rebellion taking stand on their own 49.
And if you're just tuning in, there is just kidding. We're having some
but
scoreboard
confusion with
malfunction.
this game clock. Probably, I'm guessing, under 7 minutes right now. 15-0, your San Diego Rebellion are leading the Wolfpack.
So there's going to be 9:05 remaining in the second quarter.
9:05 as we get that taken away here on the scoreboard. We got a little breather on the field, kind of a in-game timeout for the players.
Yep, a little extra time to sort out some routes for Nenji Martin as she realizes what read she has available to her, if it is indeed a pass. So here we go.
Nenji Martin
keeps it
keeping the
herself.
ball, stiff arm. Can she get? She doesn't get to the first. She went down before I could finish my sentence.
But she did get the penalty yards back for the Rebellion, so that's definitely a positive for them as it'll now set up a 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 from the Wolfpack 40.
That's definitely a huge part of this offense. Coming into the game, I'm sure Luke and Kyle mentioned it earlier, but Nenji Martin is the leading rusher for the San Diego Rebellion. She had 248 yards coming into the game. Obviously now she's nearing 300 as she did have a big run earlier. And a couple
She's the
other 10-yard
leading
runs.
rusher, leading passer, one of the top 3 in tackles.
6.
Top 6. Forced to be reckoned with. Nenji Martin, you don't want to mess with her. We got a 2nd and 10 for the Rebellion. With the high snap, recovered by the Wolfpack.
That was number 15, Sierra Hill, with the fumble recovery.
And those mistakes will definitely get you in trouble. You can't be playing like that with playoffs in.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Nick, but they started off a few drives. They looked really nice loose, but for some reason they just seem to be playing a little bit more tense. I don't know if they just realized what they're trying to accomplish here, and they're just focusing too much on that instead of just going out and having fun.
You got a really good point there.
Yeah.
We were talking about it pre-game, and also in the first quarter, we saw 2 touchdowns, and then a snap through the uprights for a safety, and now we're at 15-0, 2 strong drives, and then boom, now the San Diego Rebellion seem way too tense.
Exactly. All they gotta do is just go out there and have fun. Ooh, wow.
What a smack in the teeth to Baldwin.
That was number 59.
59
Katrina
and 81.
Walter.
And Benika Jarvis bringing the rain.
We heard that hit up here in the press box. Didn't sound too nice.
Didn't sound too pretty, but I'm sure the Rebellion defense is going to thrive off of that. Brings up a 2nd and long for the Wolfpack.
Exactly. That's the one thing you can always count on with the Rebellion. This is going to help them in the playoffs. Is their defense is always going to make plays for them when it matters most.
Their defense is always ball hawking, always quick to react to the play, which, as we know, defense wins championships.
Exactly. So here we go, a little quarterback keeper there for number 11, Elena Baldwin, to pick up a few yards to make it a now 3rd down. 3rd down and about 9 yards for the Wolfpack. So let's see if they're able to get a 1st down here, keep this drive alive. So yeah, if you're the Wolfpack right now, I mean, one of your biggest focuses is definitely playing spoiler. Obviously, you're still in this game. You're not out of it by any means.
Not
2
at
touchdowns
all.
can be, turned around
Look
just
how
like that.
quickly the Rebellion got a hold of this game.
Exactly. So if you're them, I mean, what you want to do is you want to get on the board here as they get stuffed in the backfield. Because if you get on the board, you put more pressure on the Rebellion. Because then the Rebellion, in their head, they're thinking, oh, wait, now we have to score even more points because of the point system so we can get our home field game.
Exactly.
So you put more pressure on them, they're more vulnerable to making mistakes. So if you're the Wolfpack, you really want to get on the board here before
Just
halftime.
play one score at a time, one play at a time.
Exactly.
There's no need to rush. It's a long game. As Coach always says, it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly. So here we go. Selena Graves will be back once again to receive the punt for your San Diego Rebellion.
As maybe she's a little bit wiser, taking a few steps back this time.
Let's see.
As the ball comes right to her butt, right through her hands.
At least she was able to secure it there to keep the ball for the Rebellions. Now they'll be on their own 24-yard line to start this drive. They have a long field ahead of them. They need to make some clean plays so they can get down this field and add on to the scoreboard before halftime.
That is right. And so far in today's game, they have been making those plays, just brought back by either bad snaps or penalties or a little bit of both. It doesn't quite mix well if you want to come out with a victory.
Exactly, and this game is sponsored by Palomar College Media Studies Department, the department that me, Kyle, Nick, and Luke are all a part of. Be sure to check us out if you want to get involved in TV production, film, radio, anything like that. Speaking of radio, I have my own sports talk show every Monday this summer called The Spurs, so be sure to tune in to AM 1320 if you're in the Oceanside, San Diego area.
The Spurs coming at you on AM 1320.
Appreciate the shout out, Nick. I had to plug that real quick. So that's going to be a 2nd down now for the Rebellion after a pickup of 1 yard.
That was a good little pickup there. I don't know which was better, the pickup line for the show or the pickup on the game.
I don't know, but if you want to vote, head over to the Spurge_radio on Instagram to find out more information and vote.
As officials are sorting out another discussion, we got a holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty, repeat 1st down. As I am not reading the lips of the officials, that is just what happens when a holding penalty gets called.
Yep, so once again, the Rebellion need to clean it up a little bit.
And good thing, because they could talk about cleaning it up in the timeout just taken by the Rebellion with 6 minutes remaining in this first half. You got the Rebellion up 15-0 as they have kind of been playing a mystery game, to say the least, today. Wouldn't you agree, Jordan?
I have to agree with it. There's something odd about the second quarter so far. Like we said, they came out with such strong conviction
fire
and confidence, and now all of a sudden they seem to have lost it a little bit. A couple penalties on themselves, couple of bad snaps, and all of a sudden they just can't seem to get on the board again.
And it's very strange with playoffs looming, lurking in the distance. You want to play your best game. Now is the time to be perfect, to be a little cautious.
I would say that yes, but still, like we said before, it's about having fun right now.
It is.
Obviously,
yes.
when you're playing with a lead, it makes it a little bit easier to have fun. So instead of putting so much pressure on yourself and worrying about the scoreboard, just worry about the play you have right now. You don't have to be focused on, oh, we need to score this many points, we need to shut them out. It doesn't matter. All you're here to do is play football and get a win.
That is right. Take it one game at a time. As Ronnie Legstrong, I probably would say headstrong during that hit.
That was definitely a test of her head strength right there. That was a big hit by number 12, Vanessa Alva for the Wolfpack.
What a hit. Laying the wood.
I mean, I think I still hear the helmets crashing, echoing in the distance.
She was definitely the hammer on that hammer and nail collision.
Exactly, but Ronnie gets back up and she's still in the backfield, showing just how tough she is.
She is one tough cookie, bringing up second and long for the Rebellion.
Man, I knew you were going to say cookie. I saw that coming.
Cookies are just that good. They're always on my mind. As Nenji looks, throws left for a short incompletion.
So I understand that play there on those slant routes, those mid-seam routes. It's designed to get the ball out quick,
Yes.
but she's still rushing the route a little bit. We said this a little bit in the previous few weeks. So she still needs to let that play develop a little bit. Let her receiver get a little bit of space before she fires that ball.
It's like if you're playing Madden and your button's stuck, you just keep pressing it and then, oh no, dang it. I don't want you to throw it. I meant for you to call the snap.
Yeah.
It's
That was actually a
almost
good
like that
representation.
just happened, but this is real life and not a video game. And now it brings up a third and a long for the Rebellion. But Nenji decides to keep the biscuit.
There she is again, number 12, Vanessa Alva for the Wolfpack.
Vanessa Alva making her name heard across the airwaves.
She's doing a great job. It's definitely a tall task to bring down Nenji Martin open field like that, but she got past the block and was able to bring her down with ease.
As us announcers been saying this whole season, wrap up at the legs, and that is what she did. You see what kind of success it brings you.
Exactly. So here we go. We're going to see a punt from the Rebellion here, deciding not to go for it on 4th down.
Very different for the Rebellion as they get a very favorable bounce inside the Wolfpack 40.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen those nice bounces on the punt, one for each team, so that's very nice to see. It's bouncing out a little bit, you know. Can't always have the scales
Something's
tipped.
in the air tonight.
So once again, Fighting USA provides game socks for the team. They're one of our sponsors. I'm actually wearing their socks right now. They're extremely comfortable. If you want to get your own pair, visit fightingusa.com and use the code SDR10 to get 10% off your next order.
And I gotta say, Jordan, you look mighty fine in those socks.
You know, I have to agree.
Woo!
like
Man,
I'm not
you
even
guys
wearing
should
socks, but
check
it
out
definitely
these
looks like it.
socks he's wearing. As enough game sock talk,
Here we go. We got
Get back into the
4:41
action.
remaining in the half. The Rebellion are still up 15-0. The Ventura Wolfpack do have the ball. It's a 1st and 10 from their 36-yard line.
as this ball hawking defense of the Rebellion was just cut short of their excitement with 4:41 left in the half. Your Rebellion is up 15-0.
Yes, indeed. The Rebellion did call a timeout there, it appears.
So we have the head coach trying to make sure the officials are getting the call right. The Wolfpack wondering what's going on as the white hat judge signifies that we are back in business and ready to get underway here. Nice little hamstring stretch brought to you by the white hat official in the top right of your screen.
What?
Just, pre-snap rituals. Gotta stretch your hammies.
I see what you're saying now. It took me a minute.
Quarterback keeper by Baldwin snuffed out by the Rebellion defense.
Exactly, like we've said many times. I mean, that's not possible. Nobody's out here just trying to play hero ball. There was 3 Rebellion defenders right there to stop the run. That gives Elliott Wynn the freedom to be aggressive, try to get a tackle in the backfield. She does slightly miss it, but she slows her down just enough for Vanika Jarvis to get in there and complete the tackle.
Great group tackling. It's always better attack in numbers rather than just one lone survivor.
Exactly, just like the old saying goes, teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes, it does. Remember that. We are a team up here, Palomar Media Studies, and also our team members, San Diego Digital Imagery.
Correct, very good, Nick.
They bring you the live stream, your program, and all your needs to make your business run efficiently. Contact them on their Facebook page at San Diego Digital Imagery.
Exactly, 2 of the best professors around.
And we have more hankies on the field, 3 thrown at once. This officiating is very exciting today.
Yeah, they like
What
to all
did
show
you
off their
say?
arm. They're probably having a bet like, hey, I think mine went further, so I win. I think that's what they're talking about right now. If you
And
can read
now
their
we
lips, that's
have
what
a
they're saying.
little group chat going on down there as the judge says encroachment on the defense.
Once again, that's like the 7th penalty for the Rebellion. They need to make sure when they go back to practice for the playoffs that they clean this up. Especially if they do end up having to play a road game, because it's going to be a louder environment against them on defense. They have to make sure their communication is in line so they don't have these issues going forward.
Communication is the key to success no matter what field you are in. Communication is the key.
Major key alert, DJ Khaled. Here we go. First down for the Wolfpack, or second down, excuse me.
And we have a high tackle by the Rebellion.
Who was that, Nick? Who could have tackled them there? Elliott Wynn, of course.
Elliott Wynn. Bring in the pain train.
Look at that nice close-up of the tattoos. I'm digging it, the arm tattoos.
Got some very nice ink there, and if you would like to see her ink in person, you could go to the 5th quarter for your San Diego Rebellion at Jacked Up Brewery. They are a proud sponsor of today's game and streaming live at San Diego Jacked Up Brewery. Bringing up 3rd down for the Wolfpack.
Go once
with
again
a quarterback sneak. Extending that arm. Will it be enough?
Did Elena Baldwin get it?
But it looks like Elena Baldwin didn't just get the first. Also an injury in the process.
This is not a good sight for the Wolfpack or for anybody watching right now. She is clearly in pain right now.
You never want to see anyone get hurt. It's always a sad time when this happens. But who wants to stay in a sad note when you got pizza? Pizza, who doesn't love some pizza? By Felipe's Pizza in downtown Escondido. Felipe's Pizza is a proud sponsor of the San Diego Rebellion and today's game.
Exactly, they're open 24/7, so if you're ever feeling that pizza craving, be sure to head on down there. Just kidding, I was just informed by Kyle they're not open 24 hours. So we've said that the past couple weeks, and we were wrong.
No, they told me when I was at the party last week.
So yeah, new information. All right, we know that now. So sorry if we misinformed you for your midnight cravings. Felipe's Pizza is not open 24/7.
It is very hard to find 24-hour pizzas.
I don't care.
I'll just stick to my DiGiorno's.
To me, it doesn't matter what their hours are. Their pizza's always good, so if you feel like you're going to have that midnight craving, just get it a little earlier in the day and save
freeze
it for
it.
night. Put it in the fridge. You don't need to freeze it.
Enough with the pizza talk. We are still waiting on Baldwin to hopefully get up and walk under her own power. As you just saw, she smacked her own head on the ground.
Our thoughts and prayers are with her right now. We really hope that she's okay.
As that
Nobody wants to see this.
Many of us are former athletes. We know the frustration, as that head smacking is probably, oh, why did I have to get injured? As she probably knows what's going on right now. Doesn't look too good. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Baldwin family. So speaking as we wind down to halftime with just over 2 minutes to play, 2 minutes and 23 seconds in the first half, as you have a shot of your Rebellion. And now back to Baldwin as she gets up and is now carried off to the sideline. She looks to be in quite the discomfort. Very upsetting if you're the Wolfpack. And now the question is, who is now the go-to quarterback and go-to player on the Wolfpack? I think your quick solution there is now your team has to come together stronger than ever and learn to play strong as a team to bring out this victory against the San Diego Rebellion.
Exactly. If we get any updates later on about Elena Baldwin before the end of the game, we will be sure to update you. And now coming in to play quarterback for the Wolfpack will be number 24, Faith Chavez. She does have 7 pass attempts this season, and so she's played a little bit of quarterback for them at times.
So brings up, we have a 1st and 10 for the Wolfpack on their 47-yard line.
So we go then the shotgun formation here.
And a snap up high, but caught and handed off for a tackle of a 1-yard loss.
Yep, that ball was handed off to number 12, Vanessa Alva for the Wolfpack. Tried to get her way upfield there, but the blocking was just not there.
Is the blocking ever there with this ball hawking defense of the Rebellion?
I'd say rarely. I would say rarely.
I would definitely have to agree with Jordan there, as this Rebellion defense has been all over the field today, allowing no points for the first quarter in 11 minutes. As it is now 2nd and 11 for the Wolfpack. Quarterback keeper to the left side, but brought down way in the backfield.
Bye.
Elliot Wynn.
I'm not shocked at all. Are you?
I am not at all. Wynn is in her last name. She will do whatever it takes to win the battle up front and bring the ball back.
Exactly. She's now nearing the 100 combined tackle mark on the season, so we'll see if she's able to break it before the regular season ends tonight.
That is a phenomenal milestone, 100 combined tackles in this short season. With that big tackle for a loss, brings up 3rd and long for the Wolfpack.
Let's see if they're able to get a conversion here. Pick up another 1st down and keep the drive going. As we have 5 seconds remaining in the half, so this will be the final play of the half.
As it's just a simple quarterback keeper brought down by Vanika Jarvis to end the half. What a great way for the San Diego Rebellion.
Yep, and there were those sirens again letting us know that it is halftime.
It is halftime. The 911 is not after us here. So those sirens are kind of in the wrong environment here, but
I like it. I
it
like
is
a lot.
now
It's
halftime.
interesting. Yep. So as you can see right now, the score is 15-0 San Diego Rebellion at halftime. We will be back in less than 15 minutes. Luke and Kyle will have the third quarter for you guys, so make sure to stay tuned. Go ahead and get that snack, use the restroom, whatever you got to do. See you soon.
And we will join you for the third quarter.
And welcome back to the second half of the San Diego Rebellion football here. Kyle Dyer back with you in action, along with my partner Luke.
That's right.
The score is currently right now 15-0. San Diego Rebellion. So far, it's just been a great game for Ninja Martin, having 2 touchdown passes early in the first half, and also 2 touchdown passes also for Selena Graves.
Right, she's been the key factor so far. And then the other thing, it's Rebellion putting the clamps on both sides of the ball. It's that strong defensive front, and the Wolfpack haven't really been able to do anything against that. So both sides of the ball, reason for this dominating start for the San Diego team.
All right, so we're going to have the Rebellion receive the ball in the second half. Clark will kick it off here. Ronnie Armstrong will receive the punt, or kickoff, excuse me. She'll go to the outside. Breaks 2 tackles. Breaks 3 tackles. Breaks a 4th, but goes out of bounds.
Man,
at
nice
the
job
45
there.
yard line. Good return by Ronnie Armstrong.
And the Ventura team really doesn't wrap up. I mean, obviously it's hard to tackle such a strong player, but that goes a long way, just wrapping up the offensive players. So Ventura is really going to want to start doing that if they want to get back into this.
Yeah, when I was listening to actually Nick and Jordan earlier, they were mentioning that the way you're going to tackle properly, you gotta go for on the legs. You gotta tackle them on the legs to slow them down.
Right, especially with all the changes and stuff in the rules. Yeah, that's a good solid hit to the legs. That's how you bring anybody down, no matter what size they are.
All right, here we go. First drive here for the Rebellion in the Wolfpack territory at the 47-yard line. Ninja goes to the air, looking to the right side. Goes for Gray. That is caught. Break, stiffs off 1 tackle. She's got some room to roam. And she's going to be out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
Because that's the thing about this Rebellion team. They're great at running after the catch. They're strong, they're physical. So it was really up to Nenji to get the ball to them. And I'll keep saying it as long as it keeps happening. Those passes have been perfect so far. She's getting it exactly where it needs to be.
Yeah, I mean, she had no blockers ahead of her from that screen. But, I mean, she stiffed on that tackler as soon as she caught that ball.
Oh, right, yeah. Great job by the receiver, too. Yeah, exactly. Getting in and running with it.
Great job by Graves.
So here we go. That's another first down. The Rebellion moving up the field quick. They really want to make sure that there's make sure that this one's over before it's truly over, if you know what I'm saying. They're
exactly.
Got 4 out, 1 on the score here. Nice shovel pass or option
for
pass.
Armstrong. She sheds a tackle, and she's going to be headstrong to the 7-yard line. That's going to be another first down and a 1st and goal.
Yeah, good job. Elusive running there. A little bit of trouble getting up there. She might have to limp over the sideline. Timeout.
Looks like a timeout.
Timeout for the Ventura Wolfpack, I believe.
I'm pretty sure that's a timeout by the Wolfpack.
So, yeah, they just want a little bit of time to talk things over.
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. It's not. It's, I guess it was just a little bit of miscommunication.
Possibly stopping the ball for a first down. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
But
maybe I think it was just mostly the
stopping
clock.
the clock is what I meant to say. But
yeah, exactly. So
yeah, back on the field, 1st and goal. We're at the 9-yard line.
Armstrong going to the middle, head diving, trying to get in, but was she on the line?
Run.
They're gonna say no. She was just short.
Wow, I am surprised the ref's gonna call that. Armstrong obviously not looking too hurt after limping the play before. Came right back in, put the brick wall, so hard to tackle, and I could have swore that she fell her way in. I guess the ref saw something I didn't.
Yeah, it looked like she was a bit short on that play. I mean, she's definitely headstrong, as Jordan has been saying about her numerous times. She's definitely strong. Wait. Okay.
And
Looks like they moved the ball back to the 20.
Looks like there's a flag on the play. Oh, you know what? I mean, you want to hope that this isn't happening if you're the Rebellion, but is it Ventura ball right now?
Oh, it might have been. Sorry we didn't see that, but I guess it was a fumble on the play, and the Wolfpack recovered it in the end zone.
Interesting. Okay, so
Wow.
that explains it. I was wondering why the ref didn't believe that she got into the end zone. She actually did. The ref believed that she fumbled in the end zone, so that's Ventura ball at the 20-yard line.
I mean, I noticed that the referee was signaling touchback, but I wasn't sure what was going on. I didn't even see if there was a fumble, but I guess it is. And meanwhile, nice tackle.
Elliot Wynn.
What I'm not surprised. Elliot Wynn doing it again like she's been doing it all season long. I think she's about 2 tackles away from the combined tackles. That's a pretty big milestone.
2 away from what? From how many combined tackles?
For Elliot Wynn. For total combined tackles, yeah.
So here we go. Second down now and 12. The Wolfpack coming back into. It's a movement along the line there.
It looks like
that was interesting.
Let's see what the call is.
It looked like.
And by the way,
69, and she looks pretty surprised there. I did see that. I saw
that was Grierson on that one.
Casey Grierson pointing on the line. She was obviously the one moving, and then her teammate looked up a little confused watching her point. So that was a very strange turn of events there. Nenji Martin
there's a little bit of confusion, I'm guessing.
Yeah, Nenji Martin trying to argue the call.
So we'll see what goes on. And by the way, a little update about Elena Baldwin. I don't think she's going to be back in the game. She looked like she had an injury on her right leg. So that's unfortunate for the Wolfpack, but we wish her a very speedy recovery.
I mean, she was obviously their best player from what I saw. You need her on the field. So, yeah, we really hope that she gets better soon. That's a tough one.
Yeah, definitely. So, Faye Chavez is definitely going to have some shoes to fill here. So, it's going to be now a 2nd and about 8 yards.
Yeah, nice break there. First the touchback, then the penalty. This really has to be the drive for Ventura.
Chavez will keep it to herself. Nenji Martin will just wrap her around at the 12-yard line. Great tackle there.
Nenji Martin was not. I mean, if you can't join them, you got to beat them. Those refs were not having it with her trying to argue the call, so she just orchestrated her own little loss of yards there. If you're number 24 for the Ventura Wolfpack, you definitely, I mean, you have big shoes to fill, obviously. She's filling Elena Baldwin's shoes, and that's number 24, Faith Chavez, a rookie. You kind of saw it there. The way that she ran backwards, you don't want to do that as a quarterback ever. This isn't Madden. She was running a little too far back on that one, and let's hope that you got to stay composed. Yes, you're a rookie, but you're the quarterback right now. Yeah. And this game is totally in reach.
Yeah, it's also a different position for her. Normally, she's a tight end for the Wolfpack. She's definitely filling a different role. She's going to the air, and it's almost intercepted.
Yeah, that was, I mean, let's not count her out. She could still come back and make some great plays there, but you could tell from this start, at least, that quarterback is not her position. That throw, it just looked like she doesn't do that very often. So this team was probably really not expecting Elena Baldwin to go out tonight. Tough loss.
Exactly. So meanwhile, we got a timeout by the Ventura Wolfpack. That'll be their first timeout of the half. So if you let's take a little shout out here to San Diego Digital Imagery. If you're enjoying this live stream, it's all thanks to the professors, Peter Stoll and Kristen Stoll. They provide a lot of the games for us. So San Diego Digital Imagery is the company running the show. They film our games from multiple high schools in San Diego and can film or photograph photograph. Check out their Facebook page or their website at sddvivideo.com. And also, we want to give a little thank you to Jack DeBrewery, who is actually providing the live stream right now and watching us. And it is the official fifth quarter home of your San Diego Rebellion. And they, if you ever want to head over there for a beer and football, Jack DeBrewery, that's the way to go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, big shout out to them for streaming that for us. Definitely appreciate it. So number 9 is going back to punt for them now. But wanted to talk a little more about that quarterback Chavez that they'll be number 9 Hannah Clark, by the way. But Chavez, the rookie that will be replacing Elena Baldwin for the rest of the game. This is her first year. I mean, she's told the team she loves every minute of it, and her quotes, she says football's taught her to be a little more of a badass, so I think that's a good one. Obviously, the sport you have to be, so good for her. Well, Chavez, and I mean, yeah, you are pretty. That's pretty tough to come in to a completely different position, especially the hardest position, quarterback. So we see you, Chavez. Yeah, and we'll see. The rest of the crowd will get to see what she does the rest of this game. Exactly. So that's number 45, Elliott Wynn.
No, that's Selena Graves. Look at her go to the 10-yard line. She loses the football.
Fumbles that. Yeah, correction there. It's Selena Graves, and they're going to counter out. Lucky break there.
Yeah, and then, by the way, if you watch what happened earlier while Luke was talking, it was illegal formation by the Ventura Wolfpack, so that's why they went back a little bit. Right. So now it's going to be, actually it's not a 1st and 10, it's a first, well, not at the 10, it's going to be at the 12-yard line.
Yeah, so 1st and 10, creeping into the, well, they're already in the red zone. They want to make this a 3-possession game. I mean, right now it's still really anybody's game, despite the 15-point lead. I mean, this is football, so you're not scoring by 2s, you're scoring by 6s. So this means a lot to both sides here. Great job there by Armstrong.
Look at her go, and she's going to be tackled at the 5, so about a 7-yard pickup on the play.
Avoiding the initial burst through the line, and number 44, that is a big defender. All right, that's a good job there by
Pogisia Evie. Excuse me if I'm mispronouncing it. Owave.
Oh, Evie Ave.
That's a pretty interesting last name, isn't it?
Polynesian last name.
Probably.
She
5th year defensive end.
Yeah, good job there. Well, more of a good job by Armstrong getting through and
she's definitely
avoiding her.
Armstrong going headstrong. Oh my goodness!
Big hit there, and right on cue. That was. Well, Armstrong hit a couple players there, completely decked the rookie, Sierra Hill. Welcome to football, Sierra Hill. And there was Evie Ave again getting in on that tackle. So she's been everywhere for their team. But it was number 15, Sierra Hill, that really felt the punishment there.
Exactly. Just feeling Ronnie Armstrong's headstrong ability at the running game.
Took a hit, took the sacrifice, though. It was no gain, so good job by the rookie.
Ninja going there, looking to the right. And it's caught for a touchdown.
Nice
the
pass
hat trick
there.
For 47.
And that is another one. That is number 3 for Selena Graves tonight, courtesy of Nenji Martin's throwing.
The hat trick for both of them.
Looking better and better with each throw. That was, I mean, when your receivers run their route right, all you got to do is just make the right throw. Nenji's been doing that all night, so it puts a little more pressure on the receivers. They've stepped up to the plate. Great route running. That was just a little easy hitch there for Graves to take advantage of, and Nenji Martin delivered. Extra point is good.
Extra point is good, so the score is now 22-0 Rebellion with 9.5 to go in the 3rd quarter.
And it's getting tougher and tougher for the Ventura Wolfpack. Both sides looking pretty beat up as we get into the playoffs here. I mean, you see that with football. Big reason why the Rebellion are able to stay so conditioned and so strong is Play Again Now recovery. Play Again Now is a daily recovery drink formulated with 2 active ingredients, high molecular weight hyaluronic acid and MSM, to help provide lubrication, anti-inflammatory, and immune support at the cellular level. Recovery for the entire human body. This unique combination helps fight delayed onset muscle soreness, giving you rapid elasticity and flexibility throughout your musculoskeletal system after every workout. They provide product that helps keep our players feeling ready to go. To get yours, visit their Facebook page or playagainnow.com. Recovery from any activity can be hard. Play Again Now makes recovery fast and simple. Be sure to, once again, that is playagainnow.com. Be sure to check it out.
Definitely something for the athletes to look for. As number 27,
Oh, nice move there.
Renee Sumter tries to shed tackles, shedding some more. Down to the 40 by number 41, Katie on.
Yeah, and she, I saw her near the end of that one. That was Benea Sumter on the return, and she pushed down on her teammate's head, Reagan Anderson.
Exactly.
At the end of that one. I mean, Reagan was lying on the ground there. Oh, good. She's up. She did lie down there for a second, so I was a little worried. It was interesting, teammate-on-teammate action going on there. But
yeah, she was a little bit slow to get up. But
yeah,
she looks pretty good now.
Yeah, looking good now. So anyway, like I was talking about earlier, Faith Chavez, we'll see if she is still coming in at quarterback, and yes, she is. This is the rookie showing what she's made of. Here in the shotgun, they got 2 running backs in the backfield with her and 2 receivers out.
See what she can do here. A little miscommunication, it looks like, but the gives to Sumter.
No,
but
I like
she
that.
is going to be dragged to the 40, so no gain on the play.
Yeah, no gain there, but I like that. I mean, who knows if that was on purpose or not, but the center snapped it right into the middle of them so one could grab it and go do their thing. I think that was a little, if that was the intent, then that was some good trickery. Good job there by Ventura, trying to bring out anything they can right now.
Exactly. And a reminder that the scenario that the Rebellion need to get home field advantage if they want to be playing at Escondido next week against the Everett Rain, another elite WFA team, is that they need to get a 27-0 win. So they need to get a shutout.
Exactly.
Most likely to get home field.
You need one more touchdown, and you can't allow any points. All the pressure in the world is really on the Rebellion right now, even though they have a 22-0 lead. Technically, this game is you have to be up 7-0. Right now, it's 0-0 for the Rebellion, and good job there, forcing the tackle. And that defense is not going to budge. They really can't, like we've been stressing over and over. This is much more than just let's get the win, let's get out of here. They have to win by 27-0.
Exactly. So that was Vanessa Alva on the carry for a 3-yard gain. So it's now 3rd and 7 now for the Wolfpack. So it's the Wolfpack haven't played that many games as the Rebellion, but they have a 3-2 record. That's a pretty good record nonetheless, especially being in the top 5 in the Pacific. A little give there to Alva. I think there was a little miscommunication again, but there's no gain on the play, so that's just a 4th down.
Good job by Vanessa Alva coming up with the ball. The Rebellion are no strangers to it either. They feel they can understand Ventura's pain. Bad snaps will totally destroy any momentum, just really any semblance of offense that you want to get going. So good job by both sides. I mean, especially Ventura, since they've been struggling a little bit more this game. Good job by Ventura players to be able to grab the ball before it gets out of hand.
Exactly. So now that Selena Graves will be back to punt the ball. And the other thing that I've noticed throughout the entire season, the Rebellion have not got a kickoff or a punt return for a touchdown yet this season.
Right.
So,
they've been close, but yeah, like you said, not yet. And Selena Graves wants to try to do that. Snuffed out on that one. Great tackle there by number 44. Or sorry, 24. That was Faith Chavez. That's the quarterback getting in on the action.
Alrighty. Let it go there. Faith Chavez just getting more into the action.
And unfortunately, we have an injury on the field. It was Reagan Anderson. She was a little slow to get up earlier in the game. You hope that she didn't re-injure something that was already hurting.
Oh, jeez. You definitely don't want to see that, especially. Especially what happened without Elena Baldwin.
Right, that's already a key player out. Every player's a key player when you're this thin on the roster anyway, and it looks like it's a rib injury or something. The way that the trainer's pressing down.
Yeah, the way she's breathing too. That's pretty tough. But look, I think she just had the wind knocked out of her, so at least hopefully she's okay.
Yeah, you hope so. Maybe that's what happened earlier too. Again, the wind knocked out of you hurts. It's you're not supposed to keep breathing, but by reflex you do, and it just gets deeper and deeper. It hurts more and more. Yeah, so. The Wolfpack recollecting themselves there, letting the players rest up a little. Obviously, like I said, when you're that thin, health is key. Health is vital, more important than anything else. And the Rebellion, if you're them right now, you completely put the foot on the gas pedal. You want to dominate. You know what? Forget 29-0. How about 35-0? How about you just keep going? 27-0 may be the goal, but you want to just keep pounding it and pounding it and pounding it right now.
Exactly, especially the fact that the playoffs are just around the corner. You definitely want to try to at least ground and pound, get some points as much as you can.
Right.
And show the opponent that you're capable of being a worthy playoff team throughout the postseason.
Yeah, you know what? Good point. It's not just about tonight. It's not just about that home field advantage. It's about... these teams, this isn't like college football. This isn't, and then especially not like the NFL where you have all this video where you really know these players. You see their highlights every week and stuff. In this world of women's tackle football, you don't get to see these teams too much besides maybe some highlight film every here and there. So when you do get the chance to be on camera like this, you want to look scary. You want teams to go out and be like, wow, all we've seen from them is straight domination. You don't get to see the highs and lows of everything when you're in a league like this. So you might as well only show your strengths to the opponent.
Exactly. And meanwhile, we noticed there was a flag on the play. There was a legal block in the back by the Rebellion. So now they're going to be set up shot at their own 26-yard line. So
right,
a little bit different field position this time.
Make it a little harder for the Rebellion to do what they need to do here. And really, we keep saying it, and we're going to keep doing it until it happens. The Rebellion cannot rest until they get this touchdown. This is a big possession for them.
Yeah, I think that was, if I counted, that's 9 penalties, I think, so far for them. Look at Armstrong getting some room into the secondary and going out of bounds at the 12-yard line.
Armstrong is just at the
37-yard line.
Other level.
Gain.
She's playing her own game right now, and just so much quicker than really everyone. I'm going to go ahead and bet she's the fastest player on her own team, too. This has been very impressive so far. Ronnie Armstrong, I'd say, if it wasn't for Nenji Martin throwing as well as she had tonight, Ronnie Armstrong would be their offensive MVP of this game.
I probably would agree with you on that 100%. That's probably why we've been saying a lot about her, that she's more headstrong, right, I think, than Armstrong. Exactly. Or whatever strong she could be. She's everything, I think.
She's just straight strong.
So, looking to the air to Graves again. Breaking tries to break 2 tackles.
Yeah, very lucky for Ventura that Hannah Clark, the safety, was there, because Selena very much had a chance to break through all of that and go all the way. And Nenji, I'm still very impressed with the way she's been throwing the ball tonight. She's made it so easy for her receivers to just get down the field and do their thing. Selena Graves has been looking like Selena Gronkowski out here tonight with just, and Nenji Martin's making it so easy for her. What passes?
Exactly.
So that's first down again. Nenji.
Look into the air. Little rush a little bit there to Katie Ott. It's incomplete.
But that's okay. I mean, just really what Nenji has to do there is just stick with what she's been doing. Don't let that throw get in her head. You can make you have the ability to make mistakes when you're on a roll like that.
Yeah, and the thing when me and Nick and Jordan were talking about this, like how when Nenji Martin adapts from middle linebacker to quarterback, the thing about when you play middle linebacker is that you react really quick.
Right.
But the thing is Nenji with her adapting to quarterback is a little bit different. She goes to the left side and it's tipped in the air. It's incomplete.
Nice. No, great job there by Hannah Clark. Give her all the credit for hitting the receiver there. She got to Katie Ott before the ball got to her. But you know what? That's a really good point, Kyle. When you're the middle linebacker, right when the play starts is immediately when you're going. You're either blitzing to go hit the quarterback or running back, or you're covering your man. When you're the quarterback, you have to wait for the play to start up a little. You have to let those receivers get out and run. So that's a good point.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it looked like she's been mostly perfecting on the quick passes. Like I've been seeing that before you guys got here. She's been perfecting that on slants and cross routes. And look at her keep it to herself.
You know what? That was awesome.
Blocks. Running right side, out of bounds at the 10-yard line. That's get us out of first and goal.
Good job getting her out of bounds there by number 27. That was Benea Sumter. Nenji, much bigger. I'd say she's the Cam Newton of this league. Just a big, strong quarterback inside. That's really, when you're over there by the sideline, that's all you can do is get her out. And I was really impressed with the way Nenji faked that the toss at the very beginning of the play. She totally threw off the defense because we've been seeing that. We've been seeing Armstrong get a lot of option tosses, and I think Nenji knew that. She knew that the defense might be waiting for that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she's even faked this too in the past.
Exactly. She knows her stuff. She may have been playing middle linebacker before this, but don't get us wrong. However critical we may have been about her accuracy and stuff, she is a quarterback. She's definitely shown she can do this. Another
little screen that
awesome
Katie
throw.
breaking tackles into the end zone for another touchdown.
And these are such good receivers. When Nenji Martin does her job, the rest of the team will do theirs. That was a great throw. It's such a simple throw, but you have to execute, and Nenji totally did there. Great job.
That is her 4th touchdown of the day. That's probably her best performance, I think, so far this entire season.
It's got to be her career high, right? I mean,
Exactly.
Unless I'm mistaken, she didn't throw 4 touchdowns last week. I believe she scored 4 touchdowns overall. But to be throwing 4 in the air, that's a different Nenji Martin that we're seeing. And it's just in time, too, for the playoffs.
Yeah, low kick is up, and the kick is good.
Exactly what they need. So they have room to spare here, and now all the pressure's on the defense.
Yeah.
The big thing about this game, Kyle, is no matter how much the deficit gets, it stays nail-biting till the very end, because the Rebellion, to clinch their spot and to clinch that first round, or home field advantage in the first round, they can't let Ventura score a single point.
Exactly. Yeah, they have to make sure they stay shut out throughout the entire second half.
Right.
But
so this will just be excitement all the way through till the very end. And we'll take the time here to give a special thanks to a couple of our sponsors. Big thanks to San Diego Digital Imagery. If you're enjoying this live stream, they are the company running the show. They film games from multiple high schools in San Diego and can film or photograph your events as well. Check out their Facebook page or their website at sdddivideo.com.
And also, if you want to have socks like Jordan is wearing right now, Fighting USA provides game socks for the team, along with their amazing titanium tapes and discs. To get yours, visit fightingusa.com. Use the code SDR, make sure it's capitalized 10, to get 10% off your next order.
That's right. Definitely take advantage of that.
Exactly.
Who doesn't love a good
I
deal?
actually just ordered a pair myself.
Did you? Nice.
Yeah.
You can always use some socks.
Look at Sumter go into the midfield, breaking some tackles.
And you know what? They might know. So, sometimes when you're out of the game, you can at least, the example I'll use is when an NFL team's season is over and they have a losing record, they still take joy in knocking a playoff team out of the playoffs and ruining their season. Right now, Ventura has a chance to ruin San Diego's season a little bit and make them have to take a little extra trip here. If you're San Diego, you're going to be hitting hard right now. You're going to be wanting to knock the life out of them. But Ventura has a chance here to play a little bit of an upset bid here.
And if you are just tuning in right now, the score is right now 29-0 Rebellion with 4:53 to go in the third quarter.
That's right. It's only the third, and no matter how many points the Rebellion score, they need to be shutting out Ventura. That's the big key right now for everyone. So here we go.
Chavez is going to keep it to herself. What a tackle there by Vanika Jarvis.
Vanika Jarvis, hungry. You saw her eating after that one. What a monster. I didn't see a single defender even offensive lineman put their hands on her. She burst
she was touchless.
right through that.
She was untouched.
And she's such a physical tackler, too. You saw number 24, Faith Chavez, just completely goes in the spin cycle there at the end of that one.
Exactly. And that would be a loss of about 4 on the play. So pretty huge.
Big loss of yards. Vanika Jarvis has been doing that game in, game out all season. We talk about Elliott Wynn. Yes, she's the key, but, when you have a stud like that right next, it's like Von Miller and J.J. Watt on the same team.
Yeah.
It's just every play
exactly.
is just getting snuffed out. It's awesome.
Chavez is going to give it to Sumter. Tries to break a tackle.
Nice delay there, but it's a great job. Big gain tackle at the end of that one. That was Casey Grierson getting in along with Elliott Wynn at the end of that one. Just
Elliott Wynn again, huh?
Yeah.
Not a surprise.
No,
Why am I shocked about it?
Not a surprise at all. And when you're tackling together, a team like that, it's even more demoralizing because it's one thing to be expecting the one-on-one hit and trying to break that tackle, but when you have multiple defenders coming at you, you're watching your back from every angle, and then it's a whole other ballpark.
You know, the thing is, we haven't mentioned Grierson's name too often this season, but I think she's been improving her game today. I think that she's been having, like 3, if I count it, I think maybe about 3 or 4 tackles so far.
And you know what, Kyle? I think she is a key. Look how big she is compared to the other linemen. She's their nose tackle. She's their plug. I'm going to go ahead and compare her to Vince Wilfork. She's not the player that'll be getting you a ton of tackles, per se, but she's plugging up that middle and making it so hard. Like, just even on that play.
Oh, and it's picked off.
What a great job.
Elliott Wynn.
Elliott Wynn taking advantage of the tip there.
Armstrong's Ronnie Armstrong.
Getting anyone out of the way.
Goodness.
That's including your own teammates. You got to be watching your back no matter who you are when Elliott Wynn is on the field. Great. Everything about that. I wanted to point out a lot of things. We were just talking about Casey Grierson. The way that she plugged up that middle, tall, big defender, made it hard for the quarterback to throw the pass. And then when the quarterback does throw the pass, once that deflection goes up in the air, you become a receiver when you're the defender. You got to go get it. You got to go grab it. And Elliott Wynn did it.
Yeah, last week she had 2 pick sixes. So
really,
she's been on fire on defense.
She has more catches than some of her teammates do on offense. That's, Elliott Wynn's defensive MVP of this team without a doubt.
She's actually 3rd in interceptions, coming in with 2. But so far, this is her 3rd interception of the season.
Exactly, 3rd of the year.
So
3rd interception of the year.
Great job. And I think she's definitely worthy of being Rookie of the Year. If I had to say that.
The fact that this is her first year, teams must be terrified right now.
A little give to Jarvis.
Here's
Look at her
Vanika
giving some
Jarvis.
blocks. Breaks a couple tackles. Breaks a 3rd tackle. And she's going to walk away into the end zone.
Great job. Give Katie Ott a lot of props there. KO making the big block. And there's her MVP teammate. There's all the studs. That's and Selena Graves. There they are. I'd say those 5 right there. Those are the big MVPs. Katie Ott, Vanika Jarvis, Smurs, Nenji Martin. This team is. If they had an all-star game or a Pro Bowl at the end of the year, we'd be seeing a lot of the Rebellion names on that list, I bet.
I probably wouldn't be surprised. But anyways, so the score is now 35-0 with them to attempt the point after. Good snap. But the kick is too low, and that's no good.
I don't know if it got touched at the end of that one or if it was just a bad kick. But
it looked like a bad kick to me.
It's 35-0 anyway.
with a minute and a half to go.
Just need to reiterate it one more time. It's all about the defense right now. You cannot let Ventura score.
No, you cannot if you are trying to get home field advantage for your first round game.
Exactly. And big, awesome run by Venica Jarvis. But give Katie Ott a lot of props for that great block to set that up. Awesome play.
Exactly. And they were doing great on that last play with all the 3 tackles she broke in that drive. So while we're trying to get set up, this game is also sponsored by Palomar College Media Studies. If you want to be ever involved with digital broadcasting arts or any part of the media, such as like me, Luke, Jordan, and Nick, and then want to get involved in shows such as Press Boys Live, Palomar Live, or North County News, be sure to check out their DBA program or their Media Studies program if you ever want to sign up.
Exactly. Come join the crew. It's a lot of fun.
Exactly. And we definitely enjoy what we do. So meanwhile, we're trying to get set up. It looks like the refs are trying to do a little organization with the coach, with Coach Tito Smith.
Some stuff out there. They
Are
also
we ready to
have
go?
the tough job there too. Thanks to the refs for being here tonight.
We are ready to go. Struther will kick it off.
1:32 left in the third quarter. See what the Ventura Wolfpack and
Hannah Clark is going to be
nice
down
job.
at the 38-yard line.
nice job getting through
Not
that.
a bad return there. So.
No, not at all. And the Wolfpack, you still have the chance to do it. You still have the chance to play spoiler, and we'll see what the offense does here. I'd be aggressive if I was them. I mean, the least you can do is make this team have to go drive for their first playoff game.
Exactly. Just, like you say, you have the factor of being the spoiler alerts.
Exactly.
And all of this, like you say, like if you have, even though they're not a losing team, like I say, they have a 3-2 record, but even though they're not in the same division with the Rebellion, you can be a spoiler no matter what the situation is.
Exactly. And we'll see what they do here. It's
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
exactly.
So, Face Chavez going back to the 2 backs in alongside, 2 receivers to the left and right.
They've gone to this lineup a lot, and
Yeah.
it's worked at times. Other times, that good old-fashioned take the snap underneath and bootleg it. That's also been working really well.
Yeah, exactly. So, it looks like we're all set up again. So now let's get going. With a minute to go in the third. Low snap for Chavez. Gives it to Sumter, but she's going to be swarmed for a loss of about a couple.
Venica Jarvis once again eating at the end of that one, a little Ezekiel Elliott style, eating from the bowl. But anyway, it's funny every time. Usually you see people. Actually, no, I guess defenders do that. The little eat from the bowl thing a lot. Usually I see it when a 3-pointer is made or a touchdown is scored. So
just eating up eating up the yards.
So Venica, yeah, true, eating up their yards. So yeah, Venica bringing it to the defense. But anyway, when the Ventura snapped the ball, those short snaps, it's such a huge reason why the Rebellion are easily getting these tackles for loss, because it gives you so much time to really read the play out as a defender when they're taking that long to set it up.
Yeah, exactly. And plus, like, you know, we've been seeing, like, a lot of the low snaps have been a pretty big factor with this. And the horn signals the end of the third, but there is a flag on the play.
I don't know if that ref is interesting. Are they calling that a delay of game?
Yeah, they did call it a delay of game, but I think the time expired.
Yeah, I'm very confused with that call.
I was a bit too, but
because I mean the reason why I'm mostly confused is because if it was a delay of game, that I feel like there should be a little more time on the clock left.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you know what? Maybe I spoke too soon. Looks like they are going to run a final play here.
Yeah, it looks like they are going to run the final play of the third quarter.
So it was a delay game. They kept a little time on there for the clock.
Very interesting there.
Yeah.
Hey, Chavez, we'll keep it to yourself. Oh, what a brick wall she ran into.
Vanika
Jarvis. We've been saying her name,
pull out the bowl again? No, she's had enough to eat, and it showed there. It's some quarterback for dinner. That was WWF style with the takedown there, just slamming her to the ground. Or sorry, WWE, huh? That shows how old I am. But that's 35-0. End of the third quarter. We're going to toss it over to our other co-host. But first, Kyle, big thing, because that's the narrative of this fourth quarter. You still cannot allow a single point if you're the Rebellion defense. What do you think they have to do in order to keep that up? I say they have to hope that Ventura keeps running, because that defensive line has been smothering the Wolfpack offensive line. What do you think?
Well, you kind of hit it right there. Like, I think it's just hoping that the Wolfpack will get predictable with their running game, and also making sure that the front line, who has been very strong all day today, keep stopping the run.
Exactly. So that's it for us. I mean, still, like we said, really exciting end of the game here for the Rebellion defense. We're going to hand it over to Nick and Jordan as they cover the fourth quarter of Rebellion action.
All right, thank you for that, Luke and Kyle. Great job for the third quarter, just like the Rebellion did.
And now we got a very exciting fourth quarter ahead of you here. Well, the Rebellion are up 35-0 with 12 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. It is the start of the fourth quarter.
Yep, so here we go. The storyline is about the Rebellion defense here, trying to clinch home field advantage, guaranteed next week. And on third down, Ventura is going to be brought down, bringing up fourth down now for the Wolfpack.
That is the hope, that with a victory today, the Rebellion do secure home field advantage, but they cannot let any of their games slip right now. They have to keep the perfect goose egg for the Wolfpack on the scoreboard and not let them score. So this sets up 4th and 10 for the Wolfpack. Punter keeps the ball, runs out of bounds just shy of the first down.
A little awkward there, but that is going to be a turnover on downs for the Rebellions. Now offensively, the game plan should be to run the ball and let the clock run. And it appears we are actually going to a running clock now here in the fourth quarter.
I don't see why not, because the Rebellion are up 35-0. It's the fourth quarter with 10:40 left. And all the Rebellion now have to do is just kill the clock. I think they could walk away with an easy victory here if they just stick to their guns.
Exactly. So if you like the offensive display put on the works today, be sure to check out Coach Cree Morris and his 5-2 quarterback clinics. For more information, check out quarterbackcoach.org.
And
to
you
improve
could
your
be
skills today. Sorry.
a quarterback like Nenji Martin.
Or even the Smurs. Look at that. Beautiful.
With that beautiful sidearm throw.
Susan Leary, a little stop and go action there to pick up the first down.
And more as she ducks out of bounds. Just outside the 20, on the 21 to set up shop for a first down. You know, it's other than that second quarter, right before the half, unfortunately, that was our turn to broadcast. This has actually been a really good game for the Rebellion. They've been mostly penalty clean besides the second quarter. And also, they've been playing good on both sides of the ball. Offense and defense and special teams, converting most of their extra points.
I agree.
So Smurs looked into the air and completed, and a pickup of a first and more for good for 16 yards.
It's a nice job there by the Rebellion. working their way inside the 10-yard line now.
Back-to-back first downs.
So it's interesting here having Smurfs play quarterback in the fourth quarter. You understand you have full confidence that you're able to keep the goose egg on the scoreboard. So you're just getting here some extra work, make sure Nenji stays healthy.
It is good, and what it also does, at least from the coach aspect of myself, is that you could work on possible surprise attacks.
Exactly.
With Smurfs at its quarterback, put Nenji in there. Who knows
As a
who's
tight
getting
end.
the ball?
Mm-hmm. I agree. That's definitely something that could be used in handy in the playoffs, especially with the athleticism of Nenji being able to play pretty much anywhere on the field.
And Smurfs looking to the air again, and just through the hands of the Wolfpack defender.
Yep, nearly picked off there. Just didn't quite have the vertical. It's probably about a 2-inch leap there.
Really
so
needs
nice effort,
to work.
but definitely not able to get the pick there.
Good thing that ball went right through those fingertips of the Wolfpack. Sets up a second down for the Rebellion on the 3-yard line.
Exactly, and even for Nenji, this fourth quarter right now, with her on the sideline, she can kind of learn and see how the offense looks from the sidelines point of view rather than always being in the quarterback's shoes.
And not so rushed.
Exactly,
as
here we go.
The first read was taken away, but not the second, as the Rebellion complete the pass for another Rebellion touchdown.
There we go. Great job there. That was Susan Leary with the touchdown reception from the Smurfs.
So we got 4 passing touchdowns by Nenji. 1 was by Sherminsky. What is in store for the playoffs?
Playoffs?
Is my next
We're talking about
question.
playoffs already? Man, it's
We
gone by
are.
fast. Had to give a shout out to Coach Herm Edwards.
I think we have a right to.
Yep, so as a reminder, it is a running clock in this fourth quarter, so 6:40 and counting remaining in the game. 41-0 San Diego Rebellion, and they are set up for a 2-point conversion here.
And a pitch by the Smurfs to Vanika Jarvis, and it's good.
Walton right into the end zone is Vanika Jarvis. That's now going to make it 43-0 Rebellion, as we are going to wind up being less than 6 minutes left in the game, less than 6 minutes left of the regular season.
Seems like the Rebellion are easily walking away with the victory tonight.
Exactly.
But not a bad. I would not say the Wolfpack played a bad game at all.
No, they played pretty well.
They played pretty well because they were air free, as now we have an injury down in the end zone. An unfortunate sight to see, and it seems to be happening a lot lately.
You know, it's tough when you play with a smaller roster and you're playing both sides of the field. You're just on the field more. You're more exhausted. Things happen like that. And so the Wolfpack, given their roster size, have had a phenomenal season this year. And I know they're going to continue to look to grow and expand upon this team so they can continue to get better and better as the years go on.
So all you folks in the Ventura area, if you're interested in playing for the Women's Football Alliance, then hit up your local Ventura Wolfpack and see if you could earn your spot onto the field and start making touchdowns and making that highlight reel all much better.
And here we go. That is Andrea Anderson getting up under her own power now. This is a good sight to see. Hopefully she's doing okay. Our thoughts and prayers do go out to her. Wish her nothing but the best as she tries to recover.
It's nothing but the best, as the last thing you want to see as a member of the Wolfpack is one of your teammates go down. But as for the Rebellion, they set up for a kickoff with just over 6 minutes left remaining in the game, as the clock resumes ticking. Just a quick cover up, risking nothing. Don't want to let that ball getting away from you, as the Wolfpack is still playing somewhat of a cautious game.
I would agree. So now they're here just trying to get to the finish line now. Real quick, I want to thank Filippi's Pizza in downtown Escondido. Be sure if you have that pizza craving later, you check them out. Get some nice pizza. Enjoy.
And make sure to save some for later, as it looks like the Rebellion's team is headed to the playoffs. But this game is not over yet, as there are 5 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter, with another Wolfpack team member taking a breather.
So it looks like she is standing up, so that is a good sign to see. They are checking her out, making sure she's okay.
At this time, it's almost like they are such a small team, and not to throw some shade, but it's almost like being a small team, you go down to take a breather. I remember my days when I was an athlete and you would do that.
Yep, so that was number 18, Reagan Anderson. She is walking off the field now, so we do hope that she is okay, and hopefully she's able to get back out there for her Wolfpack to finish off the season here. And speaking of food, like we were just talking about Filippi's Pizza, make sure if the Rebellion do indeed have a home game next week for the first round of the playoffs, make sure you go to Jacked Up Brewery after the game to get some nice beer, pizza, because it's the official fifth quarter home of your San Diego Rebellion. You'll be able to meet the players, coaches, maybe even the announcers.
Jacked Up Brewery. Make sure to get your fixins'.
All right, and the Wolfpack do take a knee there.
The Wolfpack kind of just want this game over with.
Well, at this point, you know it's over, and you don't want to forfeit the game, so you just have to make sure you keep the clock running.
Right,
in order to make sure
like,
that
hey, there's always next year. Try some things. Like I'm just saying from my point of view, not they should, but I would.
I see what you're saying, and real quick, be sure to check out Fightin' USA. They provide the Rebellion with their game socks.
And they also provided Jordan with some brand spanking new fresh socks.
Heck yeah, they're smelling clean, looking good. It feels like I'm not even wearing socks. It's the best feeling. Make sure if you want to get yours, visit fightinusa.com and use the code SDR10 to get 10% off your next order.
As we have a little bit more of a stall in this game.
We're winding under the 4-minute mark for this game. Rebellion are up 43-0 as the Wolfpack are ready to take another knee to keep the clock running, which will give the Rebellion the ball and 2 more kneels. Also, once again, thank you to San Diego Digital Imagery, my man over here, Peter, for providing us with the live streams and getting the programs, tickets, and flyers out. Be sure to check out San Diego Digital Imagery to see what they can do for your team or event.
Or business, because they also can help out with anything across the board. You name it, just hit them up on San Diego Digital Imagery.facebook.com.
Yeah, and if you can't get enough of them, be sure to check them out at the Palomar DBA department.
At Palomar Media Studies. And those Palomar Media Studies bring you the voices you've heard today and the past 2.5 months, and also tomorrow, and hopefully more extended longer into the playoffs.
Yep, and real quick, speaking of Palomar Media Studies, it's going to be a big weekend next weekend. Myself and 4 others, we are up for different NATA Pacific Southwest Charter Emmy Award nominations that would bring in recognition to the program and to ourselves as well. So unfortunately, I will not be here for next week's game. So I do hope the Rebellion move past the first round so I can bring you guys more commentary action.
And you can hear more of these golden voices. But if you want to hear more of Jordan's golden voice, listen to The Spurge on AM 1320.
The radio.
KKSM, The Radio Revolution.
Well, there you go, Nick. Thank you. Like I said, you know, we're just living life behind the mic. We do enjoy it. We enjoy bringing good content to everyone out there that wants to follow their teams, if they want to follow
and
sports,
now, just
TV.
to update you guys on the game, is Serminski took the snap for a knee, bringing up second down and winding down the clock as we approach 1 minute 90 seconds left in the game.
Yep, so as the game winds down, the Rebellion took care of business today. They got the job done. They knew what they needed to do, indeed. And they did it. So that's a good sign for them. As far as we know, based on what we were told before the game, it does look like the Rebellion now will be hosting the Everett Rain next week, June 16th, at Orange Glen High School in Escondido. So if you're in the area, be sure to come out and support your team. We need the fans to be loud and proud.
Or you can go to Jacked Up Brewery and check out their live stream of the game, and you could hear our voices through the airways and enjoy some great beers, some great food, and enjoy some Rebellion football.
Heck yeah, you know, it's my favorite time of the year. Any kind of sport, when you follow any sport, you're always looking forward to the playoffs. You want to see the best of the best get at it. Once again, see who is going to come out on top. And so for the Rebellion, I know this is huge. They expected it, even being a first-year team. It's their inaugural season. They expected to be here, and now they're here, and they're ready.
They're the Golden Knights of the WFA.
I wouldn't say that yet, because the Golden Knights did lose the Stanley Cup in 5 games, so I wouldn't say that.
That is true, Jordan, but besides the point, that looks to be the ball game, folks. And this is not baseball, it is football, so that is the end of the game. Your final score, 43 Rebellion and Wolfpack 0.
Yep, and once again, like I said, next week it will be Nick Baldwine and Kyle Dyer holding down the fort, as I will be in Palm Desert for the Palomar Media Studies Department, and Luke here has something to say to you guys as well.
I will not be here either.
That's right, guys.
Thanks very much, Luke.
Unfortunately, this was Luke's last game for the Rebellion. No matter how far they go in the playoffs, he did get a job.
Yes.
In his hometown that he's going to go
back
take care of.
Hawaii.
You know, I think, maybe I should grab the mic, Jordan. But, I will be gone for the last game. Obviously, still supporting the team. We're excited for their final playoff game. I'll be watching the stream, cheering you guys on in beautiful Maui. And just because so many people ask, the volcano is not as big as people think it is. It's a small part of one of the islands, so I'll be safe. Thank you for your concern.
Thanks for your geography lesson, Luke. And for that, we thank you for listening to us, and we will join you guys next week as the Rebellion take on their next opponent. First round of the playoffs coming at you next week, June 16th.
We talk about playoffs? Was that impersonation any good? I don't know. Well, signing off, this is Jordan Spurgeon. Hopefully this is not the last time that I get to speak to you guys. Enjoy the rest of your week and stay tuned for Rebellion football next week.